Millions of American women suffer from atrial fibrillation, or AFib, and that is a cause for concern since the symptoms may be atypical. Dr. Samuel Oza is here. He's the chief of cardiology for Ascension St. Vincent, and Kathy Foster is an AFib patient. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Angie.
Good morning, Angie.
Thank you for being here to really kind of break open this important topic for all of my viewers. And Dr. Oza, I'll begin with you. If you could explain a bit about what AFib is and why it's so different for women.
So AFib, like you said, is the most common heart rhythm disorder in human beings. About 6 million people in the United States have atrial fibrillation. It presents with symptoms such as the heart flip-flopping in the chest or racing, shortness of breath, but can also be less obvious, like just general fatigue. Women often present with the latter symptom of fatigue and just overall decrease in stamina. So often it's misdiagnosed, or they just completely ignore it, thinking maybe I'm getting older or something like that.
And how much of it is age-related, or is it age-related at all?
Well, AFib does tend to occur more in an older population. After the age of 70, about 10 to 15% of people have atrial fibrillation. However, as Kathy is a great example of, it can happen earlier in life too. So it can happen at any age. I think the key is to really understand that things like fatigue, shortness of breath shouldn't be ignored. Those symptoms should be taken seriously, and you should really see a doctor when you have any change in your ability to perform physical activity.
Well, Kathy, tell us about your symptoms and how long you waited to even address them.
So for me, I went to lunch one day, and upon leaving, my heart just started racing, and I thought, well, maybe I've just had too much tea to drink at lunch, and it eventually subsided, but I already had a general cardiologist, so I made an appointment right away to go see him and was diagnosed with AFib. And so he put me on some medications to try to control it, and over time that didn't work, so I got referred to Dr. Oza, who's an electrophysiologist, to try to solve my problem. And we tried some other medications, and eventually that didn't work, so we had to go to the catheter ablation procedure.
Well, Dr. Oza, tells us more about that procedure and how it works and why it works.
So catheter ablation is a minimally invasive technique where we insert a small tube or catheter through a vein in the leg and thread it up to your heart. And we, in Kathy's case, used a heat energy to cauterize tissue within the heart that's responsible for your atrial fibrillation. When we eliminate this tissue, it really restores the heart to a normal rhythm and alleviates the symptoms of atrial fibrillation. When we're done, everything comes out, the patient lays flat for a few hours, and then generally is able to go home the same day. So it's a minimally invasive procedure that's outpatient, and it really gets you back to your normal life quite quickly.
Well, that's exciting to hear. Kathy, how are you feeling these days?
I'm feeling great. I had the procedure a little over 3 years ago, and for me, it was life-changing. I literally went home from the procedure and didn't feel AFib again. So it's scary to think about having something like a heart procedure done, but in this case, it ended up being I had to do it because the medications wouldn't work, and I would highly recommend it if people are facing that to not be afraid of it. Talk with their doctor, obviously, and see if that's a good solution for you.
Well, thank you both. Dr. Oza, could you send my viewers to a website where they can learn more?
Absolutely. A great resource is getsmartaboutafib.com/TV. That'll get you resources to learn more about atrial fibrillation, but it'll also help you find practitioners in the area, such as myself, that treat atrial fibrillation and get you to the right doctor.
Thank you both so much for sharing your story and all this important information for my viewers. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Angie.
Thank you so much, Angie.
Anytime. More lifestyles for you right after this. Stay with us.